Hi Adele, welcome to the ACE Network podcast. Thanks for joining us today. Adele, the reason why we're having this discussion is to find out more about the ACE Network and why did you set the network up?
Thank you for doing this podcast and this interview. So my name's Adele Stacey. I'm a co-chair of the ACE Network with Monique, my co-chair. So the reason why we set up the ACE Network, well, Monique contacted me, and she wanted to set up a informal meeting to understand how colleagues were feeling across the organisation. So I say this was in 2020, and the COVID pandemic was in full swing, and we also had the Black Lives Matter movement, and it was post George Floyd incident. And also, as a council, a lot of colleagues were having to complete a BAME risk assessment, and there was quite a bit of inconsistency and worry about it. So with all these issues, we just wanted to understand how other people were feeling, because obviously people working from home, people were isolated. So we just did a very random call out, and I think it was over 80 people responded, and that was just a random call out. And then we started to have weekly meetings because people wanted to talk, they wanted to express themselves, wanted to ask questions, and Monique and I were able then to raise those queries and questions with corporate colleagues. And that's how it started, and then it's just snowballed into what we have today as an established formal network for black and mixed heritage colleagues.
Uh, Adele, for the benefit of colleagues who don't know what ACE stands for, could you explain what ACE, the meaning of ACE, and the benefits that they would have if they join the network?
So ACE, good point. So it stands for Action, Change and Equality. Made up by Monique, so all dues to her. So so the benefits of joining ACE, well, so far we've been able to raise issues that are experienced by black and mixed colleagues. So a lot of people were being, so I'd say, disproportionately negatively impacted within a grievance process or a disciplinary process. There was quite a lot when we actually got to talking and we collated case studies. We realised this was quite a big issue, and we felt really strongly about, well, we need to do something. So I'm proud to say that we were able to, positively influence a review of those two policies, and now we're looking at having a fairer, more transparent policy. So if you're affected by this, you will be the case will be investigated by somebody independent of your service area, and it won't be a manager's manager. It will be somebody who has, you would hope, a more sort of neutral perspective to it. So there's all the serious stuff around that. We've raised issues on discriminatory, just everyday work practices as well. We've worked with directors around this as well, and we gave a presentation to Senior Leadership Forum that showcased all of this, but we also made recommendations and suggestions for solutions. So we feel that we're really proactive in what we've done, and we also try to, on a sort of a softer level, we try to promote and showcase members as well who really do really great work. So and it's a safe space as well. So when you come to our meeting, it's just us. We do have guests, but when they present and leave, we can talk openly about things that are concerning us, and then we can be a bit more action focused. Or if you just want to listen, some people come and they don't say anything, which is fine, and they can listen, but at least they don't feel that it's just happening to them maybe. And members, they can dip in and dip out. Some people will just want advice and come sort of infrequently. Some people come to everything and really support and give us loads of input, which is really great as well. So it's a network, for anybody in that respect.
Thank you. Also, from what you're saying to me, it's that safe space that someone could come if they have an issue at a particular time. They could come to you, and if they don't want to talk about it openly in the network, they could also contact the network, knowing that somebody will come back to them. They don't have, or if they don't have the answer immediately, somebody will go away, find out that answer, and come back to them. Am I hearing that correctly?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, as well as myself and Monique as chairs, we also have what we call ACE champions. You're an ACE champion. So they're people across different teams who we work as a team basically to resolve issues or just take members' feedback. So yes, members are very welcome to contact us, and we feel really passionate and really feel quite strongly about resolving issues. We think it's the right thing to do, and we're really committed to supporting colleagues, or or finding a social space with colleagues as well. And I have to say, we are member-led. So it's not what I think; it's what members are telling us, and that's always helps us with whatever priorities that we're thinking of at the time.
And I like what you've just said. You are member-led.
Yeah.
And that, for me, when I joined ACE, for me, that was the benefit that I found. You're member-led. It's not being led by a director or somebody else. It is member-led for members. And I value that. You have been going for the last 2 years now. Where do you see ACE going in the future?
Oh, good question. So, like I said, we've done lots of work around, tackling discrimination. We've also asked HR for data. So we ask around workforce data and pay gap data, and we've asked them to break down the BAME sort of label that they have into, white, British, black, mixed, Asian, just to understand the nuances and the experiences. And that helps us to really understand what's happened to us as a collective. So we'll continue to do that, collate that, make recommendations to our HR and senior colleagues. So we will always continue to do that. We do want a sort of a lighter social side as well. So with the ACE champions and other members, we can create new things like this podcast, which I'm dead excited about. We can have a social event. We've done something recently around ACE Awards, where we celebrate members who have gone above and beyond or are just really great at what they do, which is really, really important that people get that recognition. I think one of my key ambitions, personally, and I think my chair and other members will agree, is that we don't want the membership to be what we call Loxley-centric. It's not just for people who are sitting in offices. We really, really want membership to grow with our frontline colleagues, because they're so important, and it's really important to understand what their experiences are, what they would want from a network, how we can support them. Even the timing of the meetings. Do we need to have meetings in different places? It's really, really important that we do that. And one of my ultimate ambitions is that we have membership that grows in these frontline roles, and that they are interested in being part of a network.
Thank you, Adele. Could I just say, on behalf of the ACE network, I'd like to thank you and the founder members for setting this up, and I could only see this network positively grow, the growth that's going forward. So thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.